Hey, what's up, guys? Long time no see, huh? It's Thursday, January 22nd, 2026, and it's currently 9:38 a.m. And yeah, hopefully this video will not be a major disappointment with what's to come with what I'm going to show you guys later on. And also, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about training and where I'm sitting with things as we continue to progress through the first month of 2026 overall. But before we get any further into the video, just got to mention. Gotta get in a good breakfast first. Very important. So, where do I even begin? I guess I can address the obvious elephant in the room, and that's this weekend's winter storm. There's a very large and strong system that's going to develop into tomorrow, and it's going to try to wreak havoc across a large portion of the eastern half of the United States. Winter storm watches are in effect across a large portion of this region, including in the southern half of Indiana, which the watch does come out to Interstate 70, including Indianapolis. And so I'm going to have quite the heck later today trying to throw some things together, but you just got to roll with the dice, man. It is what it is. I mean, this stuff can be really tough to track, especially this kind of system where you're talking a number of failure modes that can suppress snow and shunt the system south even further. So yeah, but the overall north trend still is been on display for the last couple of days. It was not a fluke, but there's going to be some corrections still south potentially a little bit. But I think the message is clear. The odds of accumulating snow have increased a bit here in central Indiana, and yeah, there's potential for some areas to get in on a significant snowstorm actually. So not going to be fun along with the cold air. And then, you know, that's the thing with that too is it's like it just screws up training overall, which go ahead and announce it right now, right at the gate, no hesitation. I am going to officially do my fourth half marathon of my life. I'm going to do the Indy mini marathon on May 2nd. So it'll be my fourth time doing that race. I've done it 3 times beforehand, and I'm looking to try and finally run the entire thing without stopping. And it's not like I was lazy or anything like that training for it. It's just other circumstances came up to where it was like I would have to either walk for a minute in the middle of the race or training was lessened due to outside circumstances that are out of my control. And so my personal best is 2:19:46, which of course 2 hours 19 minutes 46 seconds, and hopefully I can beat that to some degree. That's the goal. But training has been going okay. I've been keeping up so far well with the discipline of strength training, and that's actually what I'm getting ready to do here. I'm getting ready to do some arm stuff and core. Core is a huge thing I'm working on this year. Of course, for those who don't know what I'm talking about abs and stuff like that. Or should I say mainly abs? But yeah, I know my core is pretty weak, so I need to work on that. So basically, it's time to get right to it, and we'll keep talking about things throughout this video, and especially with this storm coming up. So expect this to continue, this overall video to continue to the weekend. So I'm gonna try to make it captivating as possible. I did something similar like this back last year with the January 5th, 6th event, and I'm gonna try to do some different things this time around with it. So let's carry on. Okay, it is way later now, currently 11 p.m. on this Thursday night, and continuing to gear up for this winter storm. Man, I can only imagine what some of the final trends will be for tomorrow, for Saturday, Sunday. Looking like Sunday, I think is going to be potentially the heavy hitting day. There will be some snow Saturday, but there could be um, a little bit of an extended brief drop off, and or not brief, but drop off in intensity slash maybe a break. I feel like it's kind of far fetched or too soon to say there'll be like a definitive break with the snow, but into Sunday morning. However, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to say the least. I think we're likely going to have winter storm warnings. So, yeah, let's get to the end of the work week, Friday, which very cold air coming up for us into tomorrow. It's going to be in the single digits much of the day with sub-zero wind chills. So, and two, the new Megadeth album is coming out as well. I don't care. It's it's a running thing between my dad and I as of late, but yeah, let's continue, shall we? Well, we're continuing to up the ante around here. Winter storm warnings now in effect across all of central Indiana. Today's Friday, January 23rd, and it is just beyond frigid outside right now. It's going to be tough getting out there, but gotta power through it. I'm going to work out again today. I'm going to work out some core today, the abs, and also do some running in place stuff too, and call it a week of working out in general. And then gotta find ways of being creative next week, because all of next week is super cold, because especially with how much snow we get. Now it's looking like potentially 7 to 10 inches. So from the very little things I've seen this morning, typically I don't dive into miles right away when I wake up. I usually kind of just wake up and kind of just gradually settle into the day usually. But yep, time to get to it. I'm not sure what else to say. This is kind of getting a little wild, but yeah, typically we get one of these systems every winter, so it's how it goes. But usually it's not fun, and it's definitely strenuous. So let's roll. And Lord have mercy, I gotta do something about this beard. 6 degrees, feels like minus 11. Oh my gosh. All right, it's just after 11:30 p.m. on this Friday night, and yep, we're inching closer to the snowstorm that we're going to get here in central Indiana. Yeah, it's going to be something. Long duration event, some snow Saturday afternoon, night, and then the brunt of it hits Sunday. I'm getting called in to work on Sunday, so that'll be a doozy for sure getting there. And yeah, I'll probably be working number of hours and get this thing over with. So yeah, get ready to head to bed, going to the store in the morning, and then gonna be trying to be more active at doing some things tomorrow. I really didn't do a whole lot when I got home today because I don't know, kind of felt, I don't want to say feeling burnt out, but I'm just really not engaged right now. So just gonna really just try to get some sleep tonight. Haven't really slept that well all week in general, so that's not great. But tomorrow, also while in the midst of waiting for the snowstorm, I'm gonna watch some tremendous college basketball tomorrow. One of the games is Texas Tech and Houston. Their start time actually got bumped up a number of hours. It was supposed to start 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Now it's starting at 2 p.m. Eastern time because of their situation out there in Lubbock, Texas. So, where it's being played at Texas Tech. So that should be an absolute great game. They always play great games, especially ever since Houston joined the Big 12. And then I'll probably be doing a number of things too. I also I wanted to shave today, but that did not happen. I was put in a conference call essentially discussing about Sunday's workload in general while I was in the middle of my workout too. So my workout also got cut almost in half actually because of it, but it's all right. Work stuff always, gotta of course take that kind of call when you're called about it. But yeah, might do my core workout tomorrow as well. I did not also get to that either today. So yeah, I'm gonna try to stay busy tomorrow. Work strenuous shift Sunday. I am not looking forward to Sunday, honestly. I mean, well, I can either just be all dreadful, or I can just just accept it's coming, obviously, and just go through with it. And I'm going with the latter. I'm just gonna, of course, accepted that we're gonna get several inches of snow and just go through with it. This happens almost about once a winter here in Indiana, so it is what it is. But yeah, let's get into Saturday. All right, it's closer to noon right now, and we're wrapping up shopping. Did really well at the store today. Actually, even better than I anticipated. I wasn't trying to come into today pessimistic about groceries, but I kind of was getting a little worried. But God does always provide, which is number one. But it's freezing out here. It is really cold, but trying to make it through it. Ready to get home. And I'm gonna watch Texas Tech Houston at 2, but also I'm gonna keep an eye on what's going on in real time with the forecast because it's really important with that. So let's keep it going. All right, now it is late Saturday night. About to head to bed. I think the reality of tomorrow's um, bulk of the action with the snow is starting to finally hit me a little bit. I think I'm now leaning towards Indy potentially getting like 8 to 9 inches as opposed to like 6 to 8. I mean, can't really deny these mild trends, but like we've had times in the past where the miles have overdone the totals. Even when you look at the adjusted snow ratio version parameter, known as Kuchera ratio, which accounts for the adjusted snow to liquid ratio. But either which way, man, we're gonna have many hours of snow into tomorrow. I mean, it's snowing right now. If I had to guess, we're probably approaching an inch and a half to 2 inches here in Indy. We got a bit of banding setting up south of here as well. Mesoscale discussion went out from here and points south about the potential for some spots to get 1 inch plus per hour rates. I had to work tomorrow early afternoon. Um, yeah, that's gonna be very difficult, but I'm gonna make it happen. Yeah, um, it's weird because up to about today, I was just kind of like, yeah, we'll get several inches, and it'll just be one of those where about just that's how it is every winter with one of these systems. But I don't know, this might be more than just that. Could this be only the eighth time in Indy's history where we have a 10-inch plus event? Yeah, yeah, very well possible. But let the main round of action begin into tomorrow, and gonna stay safe through it and be fully aware and work very hard too. So, and also too, God forbid I get stuck at the station tomorrow night. I hope that doesn't happen. I really hope I can come home tomorrow night. I won't even be off till probably well past 11 p.m. So I'm really not trying to think about it, but I mean, I'm going to have to pack a lot just in case. So let's get to it. All right, good Sunday morning, everyone. It is January 25th, and yeah, it's actually even worse than I thought it was going to be when I woke up. I was kind of like doing some loose math in my head before I went to bed last night, and I was like, well, if we're already up to like half a foot or so by this point that I wake up, depending on what time I woke up, then I think we're on our way to double digits pretty much. And yeah, I still kind of think that we're actually probably at 9 right now, if we're being honest. It's 9:30. I woke up slightly later than I wanted to, but it's okay. The snow is Yeah, absolutely packed up out there. It's crazy. And yeah, of course, going to try and get into work later this afternoon. Probably leave. I don't know. Probably going to leave like 1:30 or so, 1:15. Get there by roughly around 2:30. Just get there sometime middle of this afternoon, and then help with coverage. It might be ending sooner than we think, though, too, because it looks like the end of the snow is kind of closer to St. Louis right now. So that's earlier than modeled, but goodness, yeah, we are absolutely having quite the banger of a snowstorm right now. So it's showing that footage there. A lot of snow it's fell, and going to be shoveling a bit too. So, but I'm going to get through this. It's very cold though, and also too now we're under extreme cold warnings tonight because the wind chills are going to be down to like -20 or worse, and I feared that coming into this too, going into Monday morning. So, but yep, I'm going to keep the train rolling. Alright, well, made it safely to work not too long ago, about 2:30 p.m. And now it is 4:05, so we're working the next several hours, making some graphics, type up the blog. Also watching the AFC Championship a little bit here with the Broncos Patriots. I'm not really paying too much attention to football today, to be honest. Like, well, might watch actually, might pay more attention to the Seahawks Rams game later, but yeah, treacherous, very treacherous out there. Roads are bad. It has been a while since we have had something like this in terms of like just an overall major impact. Can't remember the last time, to be honest. It's been a number of years. So, yep, I'm gonna try and make it home tonight, of course. I'm gonna get some action in driving home, especially. Thankful my dad was able to take me here and being able to use our truck and the wheels it got gives us an advantage, but still need to drive responsibly. And that's exactly what we will keep doing and staying safe, and I hope you all are too. I hope everyone is, I should say, actually. But yep, I'm gonna keep working.
Oh, you're blogging this?
Well, I'm doing a YouTube video in general, overall. It's all like building like with the snowstorm vlog, essentially.
Cool.
Alright guys, just a quick update. It is currently 6:50 p.m. and I'm going to actually be on the air tonight, which is pretty awesome as well. Not only with continuing to handle digital stuff, but I will be helping our meteorologist Drew Narcissus as well to be on the air too with covering the snow. Snow is starting to wrap up actually for us, but we are Still, of course, getting in those final numbers, and the cold, man. The cold is going to be so brutal into not only tomorrow, but much of this week. So, yeah, one event. Now we're up to 9.1 inches of snow on the day. Sorry, that light was kind of flaring there. I'm sorry. I just now realized that. But 9.1 inches of snow today. Most snow in a day we've had since March 24th, 2018. Also, it's the first time we've had 9+ inches of snow in a single day since that same day as well. And it's the greatest 2-day total in general since January 5th and 6th of 2014 when we had 11.4 inches. So what a storm this has been. It's just wild. Like, days leading up to it, and then all of a sudden it kind of overperforms a little bit slightly here in Indy, which it is what it is, though. I mean, it's been something, and day's not over yet. Still got to work, and then eventually got to get home. Got to get home safe. That's most important, especially after this shift winds down closer to 11:30 p.m. or so. Yeah, let's keep it rolling.
But the cold is just starting. We have meteorologist Stephen Gannon to talk about that right now.
Yeah, absolutely, Drew. The snow will be a burden essentially through the work week as well, but also, too, do not forget, these temperatures are going to be brutal through the week. Current wind chills right now anywhere from -5 to -10 degrees, what it feels like. Extreme cold warnings will be in effect tonight from midnight to 11 a.m. Monday, and also again on Monday night as well. Now, to bridge the gap between these warnings, there will be cold weather advisories in place because we will dip briefly above warning criteria, but the message is clear. Please bundle up from head to toe. Frostbite and hypothermia can occur as little as 20 to 30 minutes on exposed skin. Air temperatures by Monday morning, -1 for our low tonight, up to around 9-10 degrees for tomorrow's high, and wind chill values tomorrow morning, absolutely brutal, -20 to -25 for the bare minimum wind chill tomorrow morning. Tonight's lows anywhere from 6 to -4 degrees, even -8 in Washington for nights lows because of that snowpack and with the breezy winds too, and clearing skies as well. Tomorrow's highs, everyone's going to struggle. Very few locations may get into the teens tomorrow. So really on the struggle bus, not only tomorrow, but also through the remainder of the work week as well. And in that Morgan and Morgan 7-day extended forecast, check this out. Potentially several straight nights of sub-zero low temperatures and highs that'll barely be in the teens. Small snow chance on Wednesday, by the way, and another one by Sunday.